Ruth Bader Ginsburg, born on March 15, 1933, graduated top of her class from Cornell University in 1954. She finished and excelled academically in Harvard with only 8 other females from the class, later on becoming the first female member of the prestigious Harvard Law Review. Eventually, she was appointed by President Jimmy Carter to the U.S. Court of Appeals in 1980 and appointed to the Supreme Court by President Bill Clinton in 1993.
I will announce a dissent from the bench if I think that the court not only got it wrong, but egregiously wrong.
From then on, she became an icon and a hero known as the notorious RBG. These are the cases that were influenced greatly by Ruth Ginsburg. If you are new to this channel, please do not forget to like and subscribe to get 1,000 years of luck. Yes, bro, 1,000 years. The first case is known as the Reed versus Reed case from 1971. In the case, a separated married couple from Idaho had been fighting over control of their deceased son's estate. The mother and father, Sally and Cecil Reed, both applied to be administrator of the estate, but Idaho granted it to the father because the legal code explicitly read that males must be preferred to females. Sally's lawyer argued that this is unconstitutional because it violated the Constitution's Equal Protection Clause of the 14th Amendment. Ginsburg was looking for a gender discrimination case, arguing against how the state law gave preference to males. The court's 7 male justices sided unanimously with the wife, setting a major precedent that the Equal Protection Clause applied to women, gaining Ginsburg her first win. The next case was from 1975, Weinberger versus Weisenfeld. Paula was the primary breadwinner in her family, as she was working as a teacher. She regularly paid into Social Security, but after she tragically died during childbirth, her husband Stephen sought Social Security payments to help him stay at home and raise their surviving child. Benefits such as this were only granted to a married mother in the event of a father's death. Stephen was denied Social Security, and he proceeded to take his case to court. Ginsburg drew the attention to both how a widower like Stephen was harmed by the law and how the law belittled the work of his late wife Paula. This argument gave Ginsburg another unanimous ruling from the justices. Olmstead versus LC from 1999. The Supreme Court heard arguments on behalf of 2 women, Lois Curtis and Elaine Wilson. Both were voluntarily admitted to the psychiatric unit of a state-run Georgia hospital, but were then held there in isolation in the years following their initial treatments, even after being medically cleared to move to a more community-based setting. According to Ginsburg's written majority opinion, this has violated the integration mandate. The unjustified isolation perpetuates assumptions that persons so isolated are incapable or unworthy of participating in community life. The court then voted 6-3 in favor of the 2 women, ruling that Georgia had violated the integration mandate under Title II of the Americans with Disabilities Act. One of RBG's famous dissents came from the Ledbetter versus Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company back in 2007. Lily Ledbetter sued her employer of 19 years for gender discrimination after she discovered the company had been paying her less than her male counterparts as an area manager. She argued the pay disparity was due to her gender and a violation of Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. Goodyear then countered with the same clause requiring complaints against discrimination to be filed within 180 days of the violation. So, Ledbetter was only able to legally call into question the 180 days of unequal pay rather than the 19 years of pay disparity while she worked with Goodyear. Ginsburg then wrote her dissent after the Supreme Court ruled 5-4 in favor of Goodyear. Ginsburg didn't just quietly file her dissent with a clerk, as the New Yorker reports is often the case. Instead, she translated the official and rather technical document into a more easily understandable version, which she read publicly from the bench, making sure the gender wage gap got its due attention. She emphasized that each and every pay decision Ledbetter did not properly challenge wiped the slate clean. Never mind the cumulative effect of a series of decisions that together set her pay well below that of every male area manager. She pressed Congress to amend the clause, which they eventually did when President Barack Obama took office in 2009. The Lilly Ledbetter Fair Pay Act was the first bill he signed. This next case is very well known to the LGBTQ community, where the case granted same-sex couples the right to marry in all 50 states. During oral arguments, RBG called out the regressive attitudes of John Birch, the lawyer representing states who wish to uphold a same-sex marriage ban. Ginsburg questioned whether or not states should even have the right to control marital traditions. Ultimately, the court ruled 5-4 in favor of legalizing same-sex marriage.
You're writing for a future age, and your hope is that with time, the court will see it the way you do.
That's all, folks. Let's pay tribute to Ruth's legacies and thank her for everything she's done for our country. Much respect to the notorious RBG.